Wake Up with Jim and Sab is now exclusive on Spotify.
If you're thinking of making your own podcast, use Anchor. You can download it free on the App Store and Play Store.
Why did it take so long? I'm tired.
Welcome to the Wake Up with Jim and Sab podcast.
Hey.
For this episode, we are going to do kwentuhan, stuff we've learned the past week, new things we're into, and then we're gonna go into the Malibag.
Yes.
Okay, one of the coolest things that we've gotten into recently is I May Destroy You on HBO Go.
It's
amazing.
Beautifully written.
It's beautifully written. We can't really say what it's about kasi masasira yung experience because
maganda talaga, Jim, when we watch stuff without knowing at all what it's about.
Definitely. That's
what we've been doing for a while.
Yeah, I mean kumbaga that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
And that's how it was intended. Yun, parang not even, let's say, like when I watched Game of Thrones, in fairness.
You had no idea what it was
You just
about.
said, hey, let's watch Game of Thrones. Kasi,
ako ba nagpapanood sa'yo nun?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sinabi mo lang na you watched the first season.
The first season.
Tapos habol na ako. Sabi ko, what is it about?
Ano, marathon?
Game.
Except last season.
Game.
I know there's an Entertainment Weekly. There's a new podcast by Entertainment Weekly. They're gonna rewatch the last season and parang talk about it in depth. It's very interesting. Maybe
Daenerys Targaryen.
Yeah, that's what the Entertainment Weekly guys sound like. Daenerys is
the Stark family.
Just Khal Drogo is just really buff.
Yeah, so we've gotten into that. We just finished the night of.
Ay, ang ganda.
Ang ganda.
Galing ni Riz Ahmed. He's hot.
Ganda.
Isn't he hot?
So, if you haven't seen it, we suggest you watch on HBO Go. But sadly, walang season 2. Na-cancel pala.
So strange.
But in fairness, that's why it's such an amazing show. Kasi ako, sold na ako sa season 1.
Speaking of cancelled, what are your thoughts on Chin of MYMP? So, just an update. If you guys are, medyo younger crowd yung listeners natin, so they probably don't even know what MYMP is. MYMP was a really successful acoustic duo.
Yeah.
Duo, diba? Back then.
Yeah.
In the early 2000s.
Kasabayan ng mga Paulo Santos, si Jimmy Bullock. Basta lahat, basically lahat ng mga naging DDS.
DDS si Paulo Santos? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
On our exclusive Facebook group, someone posted a video of Paulo Santos and said, hey, listen to Paulo Santos. He's good. At least hindi siya DDS like Jimmy Bullock. And then I remember
don't say anything incriminating unless you're like
actually
really sure.
Hindi ako super sure. Pero people, I think si Rai, one of our pod kids commented sabi niya, DDS rin siya.
What?
And I'm
pretty shocked. I thought he was a stand-up guy. I don't know. Well, I don't really know him. Anyway.
Well,
going back to Chin of MYMP. So ito nga, acoustic duo. They were known as Juris and Chin of MYMP.
They weren't known as Juris and Chin. They were known as MYMP.
But then they became parang Juris and Chin, right?
Kasi umalis yung isa, yung Juris.
Para sila magiging Juris and Chin kung umalis si Juris?
Hindi, parang naging sikat na rin sila as Juris and Chin, tapos umalis yung Juris.
Yun nga eh. So, I kind of understand now why she left because she's with this, for lack of a better term, idiot.
Boblak face.
That's funny. Boblak face.
Boblak lives don't matter.
Boblak horseman.
Boblocks talaga. Boblocks.
So, okay.
And I watched the
context. So nag-live sila. I think it was on their Facebook page. They did a live stream. Nag-perform sila Halloween special. Everyone was in costume. And then this guy, the lead guitarist, naka-blackface siya. Who was he?
Jimi Hendrix.
He was Jimi Hendrix.
And he had, as in Jolog's blackface talaga. As in, tapos, anyway, he was, and then people were commenting on the stream.
While it was live.
While it was happening. And he was, pumitik siya on the stream. He said like,
sa lahat ng mga nagko-comment yung mga nagsasabi ng Black Lives Matter. Yung Black Lives Matter na yan, kalokohan yan. Kalokohan.
Ano yung term niya?
Kalokohan.
Hindi yata kalokohan eh. Parang hoax or...
Hindi totoo. Sabi niya kalokohan. It's so silly. Okay, I'm sure our pod kids already understand this naman. So the reason why Black Lives Matters exists as a movement, it's not to say that not all lives matter. Okay, duh, it's a given. We're all brothers and sisters. Blah blah blah. We all matter. Yes, but Black Lives Matter, it's to highlight the fact that, hey, let's stop trying to pretend that race doesn't play a part in discrimination and injustice. And they are getting the brunt of it. And so to support them, to shine a spotlight on these injustices and to help them, then we shout Black Lives Matter. And yung mga all lives matter. That's like saying yun nga, parang if you're going through something really bad, like let's say God forbid you lose a family member, and then you say na parang lahat naman tayo namamatayan eh. Parang
I think the perfect example of this is I saw a TikTok video, which, in fairness naman, I found funny. It was this girl, and behind her was a burning house. And then she said, like, "Hey guys, come on, we gotta help. We gotta go to that burning house."
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then the same girl says, like, "Hey, what about my house?"
Yeah.
And sabi niya like, but that house is burning.
Yeah, burning right now.
People are dying.
Yeah.
We have to go there now. And then yung contra is, my house matters too. Parang ganun. So that's the clearest thing.
Yeah.
And ako for me, like, obviously, parang talagang one, okay, here's my MYMP rant.
Wait, can I just finish the context?
Sorry, go.
Kasi hindi pa kasi ako tapos sa aking analogy. Tas
sorry, excited na ako eh.
Ay, nako. So to make things worse, after na nga doing that live stream and saying na kalokohan ng Black Lives Matter during the live, he actually made another YouTube video alone saying na, basta parang defending what he did and how everything is just so offensive to everyone and everything now. Strange nga naman na he has band members and none of them thought it was wrong?
Well, okay, here's my take. One, obviously, I think the mere fact naman na he built a career out of acoustic covers doesn't really, parang, okay. No, it's like parang if Boyce Avenue came out and said, "I hate Jews and I love Hitler," I wouldn't be shocked.
Ano yung Boyce Avenue? Covered in?
Yeah.
Local rin yun.
Boyce Avenue is like
I'm familiar with. It's a bit local ba sila?
They do parang acoustic emo versions of everything. They're not local. They're like the David Pomeranz of the younger generation.
David Pomeranz?
Meaning sa Pinas lang sila gusto.
Gago.
Why?
That makes sense.
Parang ganun.
You're so mean.
I'm not being
pero
mean.
Sobrang gets.
Parang kumbaga, again, tingnan mo, Jimmy Bondoc is a DDS. Like, oh my God, okay, who cares? I mean, I'm not shocked. That guy's a loser. But let's say, for example, if sabihin, Rames Varasigan is DDS, we would be heartbroken.
No way. That's
diba? Kunwari,
impossible.
like, we would be, fuck.
Yeah,
Diba?
that's
Kasi,
ridiculous.
or someone we look up to or we know is has and I'm not saying it's not even honestly right now because it's because of the internet. It's not the mere fact that this si Chin has a YouTube page. Okay? The mere fact that he has a YouTube page means he has internet.
Yeah.
Diba? He has access to the internet. He knows
Yeah, he's able to live stream.
He's able to live stream. So he probably knows how the world is working. And so, kumbaga, for me, hindi na yun lack of education. For me, ignorance na talaga yung tawag dun. At katangahan.
Yeah.
So, and then yung speech niya sa YouTube, nakakatawa.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Nakakatawa.
You watched it?
You know what he said?
What did he
you know
say? What?
Sabi niya, unang-una, gusto ko lang sabihin,
Oh.
ano yun? Yung Black Lives Matter. I put paint face, I put face paint or whatever. Sabi niya, I have 3 heroes.
Oh, it's the classic, I have black friends, so I'm not racist.
Or I have gay friends, so I'm not a homophobe. Ganon. So, sabi niya, I have 3 heroes. Anderson Silva, something.
Jimi Hendrix, no?
He didn't even say that. I don't think so.
Fucking idiot.
And then he said, yun yung tatlong heroes niya. Tapos sabi niya, so, just because naglagay ako ng pintura sa face ko, that means hindi ko na sila idol? Idol ko sila. And then that's when I stopped. Like, okay, hindi ko na kaya. So, yeah, I mean, again, I just want to go back na, for me, like, because of the internet, it's no longer, it's not just about parang no education. It's actually, for me now, it's complete ignorance lang talaga. And parang talagang close-mindedness and talagang walang ability to adapt and to understand because there's so much information for you to learn. And it, like, kumbaga, that's why I say, and I'm sorry if I offended acoustic. I'm not offending. I don't mean to offend, like, being an acoustic artist. What I'm trying to say is that si Boyce Avenue obviously, never expanded his to what he listens to. Diba? He listened to probably Simple Plan or probably listened to Aqua.
Sorry, hindi ko kasi alam yung context ng Boyce Avenue.
Or probably listened to Savage Garden and thought na, oh, this is the greatest band in the world. I'll never listen to anything else again.
Don't mess with Savage Garden.
No, I'm not saying Savage Garden is bad. I'm just saying na they never listen to anything else. So therefore, in the same context, ito si ano pangalan niya? Chin.
Everyone just knows Juris, huh? Poor Juris.
Ito si Chin. Obviously, that until now, after how many years? 20 years of doing like, tell me where it hurts now, baby. Diba? Parang, he obviously didn't listen to anything new, never tried to progress as an artist, and also, in the same manner, never tried to open his mind about, these things. Yun.
Yeah. Yeah. Ako kasi, as much as I am against, or not one against, but like, I frown upon cancel culture. Naiintindihan ko na nakakagigil talaga kasi lalo na lumalaban pa. Alam mo yun? Alam mo yung parang nagkamali ka na, and then sige, medyo pinagtanggol mo during the live kasi siguro napahiya ka and you're being defensive about it. Then after reading the comments further, papagtanggol mo pa, and then you're gonna be like, oh, ano ako ngayon, cloud chaser, ano pa, boomer, ano pa, hitang hahamon pa siya. So it's like, I don't even know if he is DDS or...
Most probably,
right? Ako, that's why it matters rin who you surround yourself with, kasi parang, I also hold his bandmates accountable, kasi... Yeah. Why didn't you say anything? And why are you allowing him to do this?
Yeah.
I know he said something about parang ako lang to opinion ko lang to I hate it when people do that and then it's like a really
But you're representing a band
wrong,
right now.
Yeah.
It's not like you were on a solo live stream.
Yeah. So kaya rin importante to have good friends or to surround yourself with is because these people, good friends, real good friends, would tell you if you're stepping out of line or if you might be doing something wrong, and they would tell it to you in a manner na hindi ka sobrang magiging defensive because these are your true friends, 'di ba? As opposed to, naiintindihan ko naman na pag may sinabi sa'yo, yung itong strangers, like maybe thousands of strangers attacking you, your automatic reaction would be to defend yourself. And that's just how humans are. That's self-preservation. So, ayun, parang, hey man, kind of, if you're listening right now, Chin, I know I called you an idiot. You did do some idiotic stuff, but I'm sure you can learn from this, and once you do, it's okay. I think there's hope for you.
Yeah, and this is my advice to you, Chin. There's a band, they're called the Beatles. Maybe try listening to them.
Yeah.
Or maybe kahit siguro James Taylor, try mo man lang. Okay, before we do the Malibag, we just want to say something. We'd like to announce that on November 7, we are launching a Patreon account.
Oh my goodness.
So
you know what a Patreon is?
Yun. So I just learned what it is. A Patreon account is, or what our Patreon channel will be, it's going to be Jim and Sab.
It's an all access. You get an all access pod kid badge.
Yeah.
And that's going to allow you to see behind the scenes of the podcast and our life in general. And you'll get exclusive access to our private community there on Patreon, which is just going to be full of our patrons, meaning the people who will help out fund these projects that we're going to be making. And what are these special projects?
So there's going to be 2 tiers. Parang 2 options. The
Luha?
first, huh?
Luha? 2 tiers?
Ngi.
The tiers. TIER.
The first one is, what's it called?
All Access Pod Kid.
All Access Pod Kid. All Access Pod Kid, just for 50 pesos. You will be part of the community and you will have special access to private live streams. So if you've watched yung Medyo Late Night, if you joined our Halloween party, the Jim Bilog, all these things that we've been doing, we're gonna have special shows now
and
exclusively for Patreon
patrons.
Pota. Sorry. And then the second tier is the very important pod kid. All our pod kids are important, but this one is a VIP access. So there will be additional content for you. And now I just want to share the reason why gumame ako dito kasi si Sab said she suggested it. Again, ako I get a lot of questions and messages and that's why I did the Finding Happy podcast, no? But I struggle with the question nga of who asked for this? Mm-hmm. And meaning, I want to post something about cooking or career or whatever, and then I'm scared that someone will say, who asked for this? I know it sucks, but wala, I really can't help it. Ganun ako. So that's why in this VIP thing, you asked for it, you'll get it. So that's where I'm going to continue my Finding Happy podcast. Sab's blog will be back, and there will be exclusive entries just for that tier. Mm-hmm. Also the live streams, and so other things, like for example, we're gonna show our vinyl records, we're gonna talk about our favorite appliances at home, so we're gonna create all the things outside of the podcast for you.
My budgeting webinar will be there.
Yeah.
And why we're doing this, where will the money go, if you're asking? We would definitely, we'd like to properly compensate the team behind all of these projects. We're going to need an editor and collaborators for these different things, and we want to properly compensate them.
But more importantly, what we want to do is we want to give more to our beneficiaries, which are the NICU babies and children with special needs who need physical therapy And right, because of the situation now, they can only get it online. So what we plan to do, kami ni Sav, as we grow the community more, the more we will give to our beneficiaries.
Yes.
So yun. I hope you guys can join us and try it out. Kung ayaw nyo,
Wag nyo.
bahala kayo.
But definitely don't worry, pod kids. This is no pressure on anyone. We are still gonna keep creating podcast episodes and content for everyone, not only for those who can afford it, of course, but we would gladly appreciate those who can help us out, because you will be funding these things so that everyone can have access to most of it. But you guys will have exclusive stuff.
Yes.
That's it.
All right.
Malibag.
Malibag.
Okay, the title is Kupal Brother.
Okay.
Hi, pod parents. Please call me Daisy. Since college and the 2 years I've been working, nagsistay ako sa dorm and would only come home on the weekends. But since quarantine started, I have been stuck here sa bahay with my family. We're a family of 6, mom, dad, and my 3 siblings. And maliit ang bahay namin. Since we were small, up to now na me and my siblings are in our 20s na, we still don't have our own rooms. And magkakatabi pa rin kami matulog sa isang room. Diba kaloka, literally every minute of every day magkakasama kami. Like most families, I know it's normal, lalo ngayong quarantine, na sobrang magkainisan/magkaawayan. Pero grabe kasi sa pagkakupal itong youngest brother namin. Nung lumuwag na yung quarantine rules dito sa amin, halos araw-araw ay tumatambay siya sa barkada niya. Lagi namin siyang pinagsasabihan, pero ang galing niya kasing pumuslit eh. Sobrang gusto ko nang igapos dito ng matigil na. Jim, for you to understand what it is, you can ask me, Ate, what's gapos? I believe it's handcuff. High risk kasi yung dad namin since marami siyang sakit at matanda na. Paulit-ulit na namin ina-explain sa kanya pero kupal talaga eh. Hi, ito umiinit na naman ulo just thinking about it. Gusto na naming ireklamo sa barangay, to be honest.
Wow.
Okay lang naman siguro, no? Wag na lang ba namin isipin yung scandal and chismis na pwedeng kumalat dito sa amin? Para sa safety din naman ito ng nakakarami, diba? Whenever he's not out and about naman, nakahiga lang siya dito and hindi tumutulong sa house chores. All of us in the house are busy with work din naman, but we find the time to do our part. Kaso siya wala eh. Siya talaga ang definition of kupal. Wow. Kailangan mo pang makipagsigawan para lang kumilos siya. Okay, now I'm just ranting. Ha ha ha. Pod parents, any advice for me? Everything I said above is just a tiny tip of the iceberg. Malala na talaga, as in, sobrang pudpud na pasensya ko eh. Some of the things that helps take away my stress are Wake Up with Jim and Sab, Happy Dad podcast, and videos and pictures of Vito and Pancho. Send in your family love and hugs. Keep safe. Aww.
Damn. So, how old is the brother?
I don't know, but she said my siblings are in our 20s na. So,
Hindi nagtatrabaho yung brother.
Mukha, nakahiga lang eh. Pero I think she kind of hinted na nag-work kasi sabi niya, all of us in the house are busy with work din naman. But we find time to do our part. So I guess he's working.
Okay. And the biggest concern is?
He keeps going out.
Keeps going out niya.
Yeah. Kilala ko ata to eh. Na-joke lang.
Yeah.
Kung kaya mong igapos, sige. I mean, obviously, the easy way out would be to kick him out of the house. Kasi parang, dude, ayaw mo diba lagi sinasabi ng parents natin is, my house, as long as you are living under my roof, then you follow my rules.
Yeah.
They are the ones who own, own that house.
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever they say goes. No matter how fucking old you are. I'm sorry. It's their house. It's their rules. You want something different? Get out. That's all I'm saying. So, if this guy is not following the rules, then get out. Sorry, get out. Don't put everyone else in danger. And you have to talk to your parents. I know it's so stressful to even think about. I don't know how the situation is. Are your parents super lax about it? That's hard, lalo na
you know, as we grow older, no, don't you realize how how much our parents lose. Well, one, you see how much um
They let go.
they let go. Na parang
Bahala na.
may point, 'di ba, na parang don't you find yourself thinking like, bakit hindi mo ganinin yung
Bunso.
or parang how
Oh, see, ito naman, bunso. Bunso yung guy.
how can you let him do that? How
Yeah.
can you let him do that? And the parent is like,
Yawa na.
wala. Wala eh. And the thing is also, no matter what you say, no, I mean right now it's easy for us to say, no. I'm sure si Podkid told the parents na, hey, threaten na kick him out kung if he keeps doing this.
You can't,
They can't do
honestly,
it, eh.
you can't just threaten, ha? You have to do it. Kasi
Hindi, pero that's the thing nga, sabi. Yung sinasabi ko sa'yo na it's parang it's so easy for someone who's not the parents of a child to actually say or do something like that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, anak pa rin nila yun. Parang ganun eh.
Yeah.
Diba? So that's yun yung kalaban talaga dito.
So I think concrete steps, you talk to your parents, ask them if they will give you permission to, parang kumbaga power of attorney ka. Na ikaw, bibigyan ka ng power to tell the guy. Kasi kung sila, they don't have the heart to do it, someone has to do it. You guys have to put your foot down. And if ganun talaga, if everyone's like, wala eh, talaga eh, ganun talaga, like enabling and honestly, Podkid, is there a way for you to get out of the house? Kasi parang, it's just a lot of stress. It's just,
Tama.
diba? Parang if your parents, and you have to, mag-away na ako, mag-away, pero mag-away kayo for the right reasons. Parang isang explosion na lang na mag-away kayo, tell your parents na parang hayaan nyo lang siya, hanggang mamatay kayo? Kasi, hindi nakakatawa to eh.
Yeah.
It's not funny. It's
Yeah.
not wala lang. Do you see the number of people who are dying every day and then you just let this guy go in and out and just hang out with his friends? This is not okay.
Yeah.
So, maybe they can say, maybe even kung kailangan pumunta sa point na papiliin mo sila. Diba? Me
Yeah.
or my brother. No, seriously.
Yeah.
Concrete steps.
Totoo.
This is real. And I hope you can find a place because you can't just fake it. You can't bluff your way. I think you may have to talk to some people who might let you crash. Or, if you're working, maybe you can help with the rent. I mean, this is the way.
Ano?
Mandalorian.
Benta. Galing mo talaga. My advice would be the same, but the difference is I wouldn't go straight to the parents. What I would do is I'd go to the brother and say, okay, I would say I need to hear it from you. I need to hear it from you, brother. Do you not care about our father?
Oh,
If
nga
he
naman.
dies,
That's
if
good.
he dies because of you, if you bring the virus here with you, would you be okay with it?
Okay,
And then
I'm
if-
with you. Go do Jim's thing first, and then if it doesn't work, do my thing.
If the brother says, yes, I do care, and then maybe in that conversation alone, matatauhan na siya. Now, if hindi, you go to Sab's point na, you go to your parents and say, yo, talk to him. If ayaw talaga niya, ako na lang ang aalis. Now, I'm the responsible one here. Ako pa yung magsa-struggle, 'di ba? Pero it's worth it because hindi ko na ma-take na may ganitong nangyayari dito sa bahay.
At saka hinahayaan nyo lang
Yeah.
siya.
And again, actually I just talked to someone nga recently. And malaking dynamic nga in this quarantine is people nga are going back to old roles. No? Parang people are going back to roles that they're not comfortable with.
It's so hard.
For example, let's say you run your own business, you've been working for the past 2 years, 3 years, and
Pero bunso ka sa bahay.
pero balik ka na naman sa pagiging bunso. Now, so ako,
You
I'd
think
like
maybe
to,
that's what's happening to the brother?
I'd like to end with that. Na parang I think while we always will always support our pod kids, I think it's still good to step back and see, put yourself in your brother's shoes and try to see, why do you think he's acting this way? Because maybe in that process, you'll have a better understanding and you'll know how to better handle the situation. Most of the time, yun naman yung problema eh. Hindi mo gets kasi anong pinagdadaanan ng ka-conflict mo.
Yeah.
Therefore, hindi mo alam paano i-manage.
Yeah. Maybe you guys just need to talk before doing anything drastic. You talk calmly. Wag muna kayo mag-away. Try not to even fight at all. But just ask him, how is he doing? What's happening? How's he doing? Baka, he's going through stuff. That's why he needs to leave the house. And maybe he just needs someone's support and to know that someone in the house actually respects him and is rooting for him.
Yeah.
And maybe, you can be an ate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that said, we hope everyone stays safe. It's currently a Sunday right now, and
there's a super
the biggest
typhoon
is happening. Typhoon Rolly. So I hope you guys are safe and be kind. Bye.
Bye.